Richmond, and we are back in the 87 cars for a race here at Richmond. I am the number one. I missed the normal time slot I had been running, and I'm running the one just after it. So that means we've got a single split, only 16 cars, and I'm the number one. Which, single split at Richmond, never a great sign. I'd rather not be the number one either, but doesn't matter as long as we get a fun race. Hopefully we can get a fun race. Hopefully we can get some green flag racing. Not going to be easy, I think. I saw a lot of people overdriving entry in practice and spinning, and good grief, I did not get any rotation there. This isn't going to be a good Q lap, as per usual for me.
One more lap.
23.4, that's not terrible. I ran a 23.3 in the warm-up. Looks like that puts us P2 at the moment. Just way too tight out of 2. Trying to get on it early. This lap is not going to be any better. We can make it on fuel. So if this goes green to the end, which I highly doubt, we'll just need to take care of the tires and we should be okay, but I imagine we're going to get a bunch of yellows. I don't know if I want to mess with 2 tires here or not. I assume it's probably fine, like it is everywhere else. But yeah, I missed the first time slot with everybody. I'm unfortunate about that. So we get stuck in the single split, but who knows, maybe it'll be a very clean, fun race. Can't be any worse than the last time I raced here at Richmond. I thought about not even running this combo again. But here we are. It can be a really fun race if it goes long green. But Richmond's just one of those places on iRacing that it's kind of like North Wilkesboro or really any short track with high-powered cars. It's just, you know, nothing but wrecking, people overdriving the corners, entry and exit, self-spinning, and running people over with the hard braking zones. Iowa doesn't really have that problem. It's a little bit bigger and seems like it's a little bit easier to get into the corner. You don't see quite as many wrecks there, I feel like. But this place has always been a caution fest, pretty much in whatever you run here. Especially single split, but hopefully we'll be surprised. Waiting on the 3 and John, and he's just sitting there for some reason. He put in 1 lap, so we're gonna have to wait another minute before we do that, before we get to the grid. But should be interesting. Trying to figure out if I prefer racing in the day here versus the night. I think I like obviously the daylighting better. I don't think the night lighting's that great. Track's usually a little bit hotter and slicker in the day, which I think makes it more fun to drive, but you get a lot more spinning into the corner. And it's a lot harder to get the power down, especially out of turn 2, trying to get that real tight exit, because the transition out of the corner is so sharp, unlike turn 4 where it opens up quite a bit into the D shape. And I believe topside can sometimes work here, or at least it did at one point. I don't know if that's still a thing. I didn't feel it in practice. I ran up there a couple times and it just plowed tight. So I'm not sure if it's going to be any good with these here tonight, but who knows? We're going to be starting on the outside, I think. We're starting second. Yep, still starting second. I'm leaving all this default. We're shorter than a mile track, so I do 12 to 1 on the ratio, just my personal preference. I usually do not change the brake bias in these.
Line up on the outside row now. We put in plenty of fuel to finish the race. Pit road is closed.
Now, does this have start zones? It shouldn't.
The estimated SOF is
I don't think it does.
1,828.
If we get a quick yellow, we'll at least be into single file restarts. But we got to be real careful here. I mean, we could easily just get run over into turn 1 with people overdriving it and then getting sideways and spinning up into us. And we got to be careful too, entering the corner for the first time. We could overdrive it and spin up into the wall, so just need to be careful. 100 laps, so it'll take a bit here. I'm not too worried about losing a few spots early on. I don't know if we've got any speed long run. I was looking at the tire wear. I did like a 15 lap run and was only seeing like 3% tire wear, so not too bad. It should be no problem to go the whole way without needing tires. But I really, really doubt we get an all-green race here. Look at that wall texture. That does not look very good. You see all those like pixels right there and then that harsh line? I never noticed that before. That looks really bad.
Be smooth and have a good run. Everyone's gridded.
Looks like a JPEG when you're that close to it, I guess. Two to green here. We're starting outside front row. Try and not get a black flag like Kale did last week. Starting in second, beating the leader to the line. I would like to get single file fairly quickly, so we're not plowing up here on the outside, up into the wall. I went up there in practice, like I said, and there was just no grip. I just shoved the nose so bad. Had to wait forever to get on throttle, and that's just going to tear up the right front in a hurry if I'm up there for too long. But hopefully we have a fun one. Even though we missed our normal time slot, hopefully it's a fun one.
Alright, man, we're going green next time. Bye.
I'm unfortunately going to have to stay up a lot later now, but oh well. I'd like to get the race in on the Monday night. We'll see how it goes. Coming to the green in just a second.
Get ready.
100 laps here at Richmond. How long are we going to stay green? Are we going to be able to survive?
The pace car is
Got a decent starting spot here.
green, green, green. The road is now open.
Okay, we got a decent jump and we can file in right behind the leader. Hopefully not get run over. I was expecting people behind us to be side by side with us by the time we got to turn 1, but thankfully we both got a really good jump on them. Now we can just sit here, log some laps, and it looks like we're going to be able to pull away from all those guys, so that's going to be nice for now. We'll see long run what the tire situation looks like. So be nice and careful with it. Don't push it through the center. That's where you lose most of the tire. Pushing it through the center and driving through tightness on exit. So it is a little bit loose out of 2 if you get on it a little too hard. But now the people back there are starting to catch back up. John and the 3 right behind us. He will probably be a contender. We've raced with him in these quite a bit, I think. Recognize the name at least. Let's not run into the two. We can avoid it. Don't need to catch him through the center of the corner. Need to catch him on exit. We want to make a pass. Missed the bottom that time, but that's okay. Need to make sure we're looking at the where we are on the track and listen to the engine, and not at his rear bumper, so that we don't run him over on corner entry. And there's our first yellow, 6 laps in. And everyone gets caught back up to us, but we'll be single file. So it should be a little bit safer entering the corner. Maybe. Maybe not. Definitely not going to pit, but I imagine we'll eventually have to make a decision.
Pit road is now open.
Because I'm sure we're going to get more cautions later on in the run. And have to decide if we want tires or not. Because if we stay out the whole time and people behind us take tires, there's no way we're going to be able to hold them off. And if we're in the lead or in second, we're not going to be able to have much of a reference for people who are pitting. So I'm not sure what we're going to want to do. It's not going to be the easiest in the world to pass here, but it shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. If you can get underneath somebody, that's going to be the hard part. I believe everyone stays on the lead lap, unless those people on pit road have put a lap down. The 6 might have. We get the 2 to green. Let's see, did they go a lap down? Looks like both of them did. 8 car did, and the 6 car I think was still on pit road. 12 car I think's on the lead lap, just at the tail end of it. So we may or may not see a lap car up here. I don't know if the 6 or the 8 are going to be able to exit pit road before we get the 1 to green here. They've got a lot of damage that they got to fix. I think they're both still parked down there, so looks like it's going to be just single file. Can't tell. Doesn't look like they're that damaged. Maybe the 8 car doesn't have a front end. Hard to tell. Tires didn't even get warmed up in that run yet. Probably just going to be just about same temperature we started with, if I had to guess.
Alright, man. The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Decent jump.
The lead is just did a 52.531.
Only thing I want to do is make sure we can stay single file before we enter the corner. By that I mean not be so slow on the acceleration that anybody behind us goes to our inside. And I want to make sure I don't miss a gear, which could just cause a big wreck. Kind of overdrove 1 that time. Try and not do that too much if we can help it. No reason to push right now. We got a really nice gap behind us. Again. No reason to push too hard in front of us. We could maybe push hard and make the pass, but long run that's going to cost us tire if we do happen to go green for a long time. Well, if I could make the pass, I would be okay with that. Only place I'm really catching him is through the center of 3 and 4, which is kind of strange. Get a big run this time, though.
Got one outside. Stay low. The leader just did a 24.122. Stay low.
Now we'll see how easy it is to pass. Big nose shove.
Still there. Still there.
Well, maybe it's not going to be easy to pass.
Good job, man. You're in first.
We did lead that lap.
Still there.
Just gotta hope he gets tight one of these times. The longer we sit side by side, the more the people behind us are going to catch up.
Still there. You're clear high. Clear high.
We clear him. He might have just backed off. Now let's go back into ride mode, this time from the lead. Try not overdrive too much. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull away for very long, or if at all. But we might as well lead some laps while we can. Felt like we were a tiny bit quicker through the corners, but who knows if that'll last the whole time.
Alright, man, caution is out.
And doesn't
Caution
matter
is
for
out.
now,
Line
because
up
we get a
in the
yellow.
pile.
I'm
Get
still not
ready
going to
to
pit.
Catch the hey car. Catch the
I think the only time we're going to pit is maybe if we get a caution around halfway. Oh, we got people stopped here. I wasn't ready for that. I was looking in my black boxes. 2-car says he's pitting, but is he actually? I don't know, but I'm not. He might be saying that to try and get me to pit in front of him, but I'm not going to pit. Yeah, I didn't think he was actually pitting. We will pit around lap 50 or later, unless it becomes a caution fest.
A bunch of cars?
I'm only going to pit once, I think, unless we get a caution with like 15 to go.
I don't know, man. I didn't see that from my vantage point.
I guess we'll take 4. We don't need fuel. And it's set to not take any, so that's fine. Like to keep track position while we can. And hopefully the whole time.
I mean, we might be down in like...
But whenever we pit, I'm sure there will be some people that do the opposite to try and strategize a little bit and get in front of us and it's not going to be easy to pass anybody, as we saw.
Past the 9, past the...
So, unless it goes green from here, we're not locked into anything. I mean, we're not locked into it, even if it goes green from here, so, because I don't know how good my tire save is going to be for the duration of this, but 78 laps to go. This is a long way from over.
Lap.
This is my first time racing 87. There's no lucky dog or nothing, right?
Alright, man,
There
we're
is a
going
lucky
green.
There
dog.
is a
Stand
lucky
by.
dog.
Alright,
There
man.
are no
Line
wave
up on the
arounds.
outside row now.
And lap cars will start on the inside of the restart.
I'm going to hang back a little bit from the pace
Okay.
car
Thank you, I appreciate that.
so that we don't get the green so immediately
Yeah, no
after he
problem.
dips in. Gives me a little bit more control over it.
Yeah, these are fun cars to drive, buddy. Yeah, I normally do not like this track at all.
Checking
but
wheel spin
this
there.
part is actually really fun.
Get ready.
Yeah, this is my favorite series on iRacing.
The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
We get a pretty decent jump there, I would say. Now let's not spin out into turn one carrying too much speed. Pretty easy to do that, actually. Looks like everyone behind the two got a pretty decent jump that time. They're kind of right behind them, so maybe they'll be able to start racing and allow us to pull away a little bit. Who knows? Not looking like we're able to pull away much right now. I'd love for this to be like a 50, 60 lap run though, so we can really see tire wear and how we're doing with that. And then we'll know we definitely want to pit if there's a yellow. But if it's just these 20 lap runs, not even 20 laps, and then yellow, that's going to really confuse me when I need to pit, and if I even need to pit. But looking fine right now, just trying to be smooth. Not overdrive the corners and slide. Not push too hard on exit. It's all about keeping the maximum amount of speed in the car for the maximum number of laps. And you do that by not wearing the tires.
Sorry
Or
about
wearing
that,
them
Tim. I gotta
as
lose. I wasn't trying
little
to
as
block you.
possible. Easier said than done, though,
Nah, no worries, buddy.
for sure.
No worries at all.
Got a little bit of a gap working behind us now. I really want John to catch up. Start putting some pressure on the two. He's a little bit of a ways back still. I'm hoping the two is pushing a little bit harder now, trying to catch back up, but maybe he's wearing his tires out and we'll start pulling away more later. I've seen him go a little bit wide a couple times, but it's not been too bad. He's starting to catch back up again, so who knows. I'm going to keep doing my line as best I can. We'll see where we end up. A little bit loose there out of 2. Pitting, though, is going to scare me. I really want to come back out in the lead, but I think it's almost no chance of happening that way. Either someone's going to stay out, or we're going to have a slower time stopping in our box and getting out, or somebody's going to take 2 tires. And then we're going to have to try and pass somebody again, probably. Later in the race, that gets harder and harder as people fight harder and harder. But mistakes will get more common as well, so maybe that'll give us opportunities. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm just thinking ahead, trying to prepare myself for what could happen. And just be ready to not be in the lead after our pit stop if we end up making a pit stop. If it goes green from here, we're not pitting, obviously. But I bet it doesn't go green from here. We've seen 2 quick-ish cautions to start this thing. Several people on pit road now. If it does go green for a long time, I imagine we'll have some people that maybe have hurt their tires enough where they need to pit. And we might get a caution of people trying to get to pit road and missing it, or missing a downshift and spinning out, something like that. I could see that happening pretty easily. Who knows, though? The stands, without the crowd and this night lighting, is kind of weird looking right now. There's a weird reflection or something going on when I enter turn 1. I don't know if that's always been there, like right there, or if that's a thing with this new lighting update. It's kind of distracting me, though. Right now, anyway. Kind of just maintaining pace with the 2 and the 3 behind me. Not gaining or losing anything.
Painful.
I'd like to stretch that lead out as much as I can, but not sure how to go any quicker without really pushing it and not doing good things to the tires. I'm not sure I could even go quicker if I pushed it. It would just hurt the tires more. We'll be coming up on halfway, though. Are we going to want to pit? It's definitely going to be a decision if we get to lap 50 and have a caution, but if we get to lap 60 or 70, I think we for sure pit. I think most people will pit, and then we could just not pit again. We'll be close enough to the end that if we get more cautions, we're not going to have done much to the tires at that point. But if we get another yellow now, we might really have to think about it, because I think there would be a big difference between new tires and current tires. Two car went really wide behind us that time. but didn't lose much ground. Maybe just trying a different line. Didn't seem to slow him down too much. We overdrove it a little bit that time, and overdrove exit. That was a bad corner all around. Lap traffic on the relative. They might come into play a little bit. Overdrove turn 1 a little bit that time. As long as we can avoid making mistakes, we look to have the field covered here. Apart from the 2. The 2 is staying with us. Long run, he may end up being quicker. But he's definitely close enough where he could put himself to the front with pit strategy and be really tough to get back around. I just want this to go green to the end, though. We gained a lot that lap. Maybe now is when the tire wear starts really coming in, which could play into our advantage. If we've been saving as well as I think we have. I feel like I haven't done very many bad things to the tires at all. Yeah, we're starting to pull away now. That is what I want to see. Let's see what the lap times look like. We're about a second slower than the fastest lap time. So that would be the difference between us right now and new tires. If we stayed out and everyone else pitted, like if we get a caution at lap 85, I could think about staying out, but I think that would be a death sentence. I just need to be at lap 100 right now. I need it to be over, but we got half the race left. It's been a decent run so far, though. We got over a second behind us now. Trying to be as consistent as possible with my braking points and the line I'm running through the middle of the corner. I'm trying not to get on the throttle too hard or too quickly and end up pushing the right front towards the wall. Think I'm doing an okay job. Somebody just reset on the back stretch.
My bad there, 4. My bad.
So that is good instead of bringing out a yellow. I do see a car up ahead that will be lap traffic once we get there. Seems like everyone's being respectful. That guy, you'd see some people just sit there and wait for a yellow to come out. But he reset and got out of the way and made sure the race kept going. Unfortunate whatever happened, but no reason to ruin everyone else's race or affect the outcome if you don't have to. But not a lot of people have that respect these days for the competition or the other drivers on the track.
That car is a lap down.
Yeah, how many laps were left?
41. Laps.
Thank you, sir.
40 laps right now.
I knew I should have been under the last caution.
Alright, hopefully we can get around the 11 here. It's going to hurt our exit. But he backs off pretty quickly. Doesn't hurt us that bad. So much appreciated there. He held his outside lane and gave us plenty of room. Thank you very much. Now hopefully he holds the 2 up a little bit for us. Now obviously I don't want him to do it intentionally, but I want the 2 to catch him in an awkward spot that maybe he has to wait a minute for. Looks like maybe lost 2 tenths getting around him, but not bad. And I'm looking at that instead of my corner. That totally screwed all that up, but we've opened up quite a gap now. No more lap traffic ahead of us from what I can tell on the F3. Just please no yellows. Think we get a yellow now? It's an easy decision. We pit. Probably take 4 tires. I imagine that's going to be the quickest. 2 tires is usually fine, but the entry and the exit here are pretty sketchy already. And I think we might be at a slight disadvantage if we take rights only and everyone else behind us takes 4, if we end up being like the only person that takes 2. I think we'll be hurting mid-corner. Rip. But if I was in second place, I'd definitely try it, just to see. Or second or third. Try and leapfrog somebody. If we do get a yellow, and we got this nice little lead right here, I'm going to try and catch the pace car as quickly as possible, and maybe we can get to pit road before they're quite caught up. But I don't think that'll be possible. I think they'll have time to get caught up on the backstretch. But just a thought that maybe we could get into pit road before they do, but I don't think that's going to be possible. You can tell I'm worried about the pitting. That's all I've been talking about. We've got this big lead under green here. But that's one of the ways I could lose this race very easily. Gotta be ready for it. Make sure we know what we're gonna do if we want to win this. Because right now we're doing fine. Just doing what we're doing. And I want to keep it up as long as possible. I think tire fall off for the last like 40 laps has been non-existent. I think we've been running the exact same lap times, 24.8s, right around that. so that we've hit the plateau. Problem is, if we stay out and there's only 15 laps left, something like that, and everyone else pits, they're going to be quicker than us for at least 15 laps before the plateau hits. So I really don't think staying out is going to be possible if we get another yellow. We got somebody spun down there, backing up. Please don't cause a yellow.
Well, that didn't make my tires happy.
Please don't cause a yellow. I think some tires are going away on people. I could definitely see some people wearing out the right rear on the exit of 2 and then end up spinning out. Maybe there'll be so few cars on track right now with a couple early wrecks and the small split to begin with that even if somebody does spin, it won't cause one. That was horrible. Got on it way too early, had to completely lift out of it to get it off the corner. And we might be hitting a wall with the right front. It's starting to get really tight on exit. Just need to wait longer on throttle. 2 has fallen off quite a bit. He and the 3 are pretty close to each other again. They get to racing. That will really benefit us.
We have a slow car up high.
Oh. Please get back rolling. I don't see anything. Maybe he reset or pulled down.
That car is a lap down.
That's the 9 car again. Hopefully he gets to pit road. And no yellow. Looks like he is. Okay, another bullet dodged. 25 laps to go here. Now we're within the window that we probably want to pit for sure, but somebody might try staying out as well. And then we have to find a way around much slower tires without running them over or without getting past ourselves. And it will be very easy to run them over because of how much slower they're going to be through the center. And we're not going to be ready for it, but hopefully I'll be ready for it since I'm talking about it. Got 7th place in front of us, lap traffic. So I don't think we're going to get a bad finish no matter what happens, but I would sure like the win. Haven't won one in a long time. It's hard for me to get wins anyway, especially if I'm not racing as frequently as I used to be. Gotta take whatever I can get. Right front's really giving out now. Not liking the corners anymore. Just be nice and patient with it, as long as we don't push it too hard. As we miss the bottom by half a lane.
We have 20 laps to go at the line.
20 to go. Stay green. I beg you. I don't care how boring of a race it is. If I can get the win. I'm the only one out here not just absolutely begging for a caution. We are going to catch the 11 at some point, but he was nice to us earlier when we were getting around him, so should be fine. Get back around him. We're a bit slower on the lap times now. We've lost a couple tenths. Right front, I've really felt give out in the last 20 laps. Really having a hard time getting out of turn 2. But we always knew that was going to eventually happen. Turn 2 is a very sharp exit. That's the second time we've caught him at that spot. But he's done a fantastic job of holding his line up there. That is not an easy corner exit to go too wide. Oh, please, no yellow. That is the 4 car. He's rolling again right now. Hopefully he keeps it straight. Hopefully we can get around him without too much trouble.
That car is a lap down.
That'll be 6th place we're going to lap. We could lock in the top 5. Provided we can avoid wrecking. You can definitely tell he's loose out of the corner. He's wiggling quite a bit. Like I said, I could see people wearing out that right rear. Looks like he's just skating on entry. Hopefully he can keep it steady. At least for 10 more laps. 5 more laps and might just end the race anyway if we get a yellow. So just hang on a little bit longer, please. Please, please, please. Well, real bad exit that time again. But we've got no pressure behind us. Just need to make sure we keep it out of the wall.
To go.
10 laps to go. Don't overdrive it and get into the back of them. Hopefully he goes high for us.
Got one outside.
And make sure I get it nice and slowed so we can avoid washing up into him.
You're clear high, clear high.
We clear him, he backs out for us. I had to just wait and make sure I didn't push up into him on exit as well. But thank you again for holding your line. Everybody's being nice and respectful. This has been a good race, it's just not a lot of cars. Of course, I would say it's a good race, though, given where I'm at in the running order. Two more laps, and then I think a yellow will end the race. Let's get it around there in a hurry. Let's get to lap 96. Please get to lap 96. All right, we're there. No yellow.
5 laps to go.
5 to
We're
go.
in a podium position.
We have been a little bit slower the last couple laps. I haven't been doing too great on my corner entry. I've kind of lost focus and I've just been looking at the lap counter, wanting that to get as close to 100 as possible. Here we go. 4 laps to go. Don't think we have to worry about a yellow now. I think if it comes out, race is over. Okay. Just a couple more. Nice and smooth. Don't need to push it at any point. Plenty of room all around us. Just be smooth. Don't put it in the wall. Or self-spin.
2 laps to go.
Or something like that.
One more lap to win.
White flag is out. We went all green from lap 25 or something. Excellent racing by everybody. Keep it clean. Or keep it green at least. There were some issues going on back there. One more time around 3 and 4 and we can get ourselves a win.
Bradley, I tried everything but driving it on 2 wheels, man. Good pace.
Woo, alright. Haven't had a win in a long time.
Drive it in deep. You was catching me.
Good job, man. You're
Car
the
number
boy of
1.
those guys today.
That's what we were supposed to do?
Yeah. Nice win, leader.
Damn, I put on tires. I thought I was going to drive up to the front.
Oh man.
Win later.
So glad that stayed green.
Good win, Gavin. I wish I didn't pancake the wall there and lost my 2 seconds to you.
Ah, that stinks. I was wondering what happened. It's going to be really interesting if we had to do pit stops. I was worried about that. Fun race.
Yeah, I put on tires.
Woo!
Man, I'm going to run these guys down. Nope.
We win! That was fun racing with him. He was hanging with us for a long time. He was about half a second back there once we got around him, and he wasn't easy to pass, and I knew if we pit, or if he got back around us, it was not going to be easy at all to make that pass back. 73, 78. I don't think that's too bad. But hey, I don't remember when my last win was. But we get a win here in the 87 series. Probably my winningest series on iRacing. I've won in this series probably more than any other, even ARCA. Don't have many wins in ARCA. But I think this might be the first win in the Oldsmobile. So that's kind of cool. A lot of people getting tight out of 2. So easy to do that here. Oh, and then the 8. I was worried about this on a start or a restart. Just overdriving. Oh, that was a massive hit. Oh my gosh. That was a huge wreck for this small of a field. That's unfortunate there. I was worried somebody would do this on a start or a restart, just overdrive 1 and then slide. He almost gets into the back of the 4 there, but he does a good job getting it slowed down, but then it just snaps to the right on him and then upside down, head on into the wall. Collects a couple more people. Just unlucky deal there for everybody. Not much anybody could do about that. 8 car just couldn't hold on to it after losing it on entry there. Is really, really tough to keep that from snapping or spinning out completely. More people getting tied out of 2. Tied out of 2, tied out of 2. What lap are we on? 13. So when's the next yellow? We only get 2 yellows and then nothing else happens, I don't think. Well, actually, we did see a couple people sideways, so we'll go through the rest of this, I guess. See what could have been yellows. Lap 19. Ooh, everyone just kind of gets accordioned right there. 13 kind of runs into the back of the 15. Everyone's just kind of on top of each other, not able to see the braking points. And just, it's kind of a 3 cars attached to each other right there. Ends up spinning all 3 of them out. And the 9 car trying to avoid it, spins, and then the 13 sliding down, and 14 nowhere to go. Just absolutely destroyed there. Oh, and then 12 just comes in and clobbers the 15. That's unfortunate. Just couldn't get it slowed down in time, and by that time, he was way too high, and that killed the 15. 10 cars clutching it and overdriving the corner. Jump to lap 54. The 11 and the 16 come together for some reason there. 16 loses it out of 2. I thought that could happen too, but I think they were the ones that reset when we got to him. Yeah, no yellow there. Losing it out of 4. I wrecked in an ARCA race, leading the race by spinning out of turn 4 like that. Long, long time ago when it was called the K&N Series with the old car. I was leading here at Richmond, and from that point on, I was not a fan of Richmond. 4 car overdrives it a little bit, slams on the brakes to not hit the 5. He does a great job of saving it, and then behind him, the 9 car, I think he's looking at that and sees that, and then that kind of messes up his corner, and he gets sideways, and we saw him trying to get turned around when we went by, and that's why I was worried. Hoping that no yellow came out for this. Thankfully it didn't, since he's below the yellow line, but sometimes that doesn't matter. It depends on the track. And then his tires are hot. Backs it into the wall. And that's it. Oh, I'm so glad it stayed green. And we got to get that win. As a number 1 car, that's what we're supposed to do every race, right? When we're the number 1. Doesn't happen very often, but I will take it. That didn't stay green. It was going to get really interesting, but small field, only 5 cars on the lead lap at the end, unfortunately, with these every hour splits. Just killed the field sizes. But, yeah, fun race. You get 25 cars out here with people that know what they're doing and get a long green run like that. It is a really fun race, but I will take that. Don't get those often. I don't remember the last win I've had. It's been a long time. But finally, I get another one, and it's in my favorite series here in the 87s. So, thanks for watching.